Okay, here we go. Namaste, everybody. Much love to all. Um, I've been on my journey with crystals and getting to know the different kinds of crystals and their properties. And I'm now in a journey of wanting to use these crystals in healing purposes. So I've made arrangements soon to start taking the Reiki classes, so that way I could become a master and also teach people and heal people. Um, right now, I just finished a book which is titled, sorry you guys, it's Crystal Healing for Beginners, of course. That will be me. Just give me just a second so I can just pull it up. Sorry, you guys. Here we go. It's Crystal Healing for Beginners by Seger. And this book, you can find, it's a free edition, and you could go to obuco.com, and they got a lot of free downloads for ebooks for all types of stuff, spirituality, Buddhism, astral projection and whatnot. But today I'm going to be talking about crystal healing, and I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but like take some pieces out of it. And I'm start off with chapter 1, the basics. So I'm going to turn off my video so I can stay focused and read the read some of it, so that way I'm not looking at both screens. So just give me a second. You guys can still hear me. Okay. We got that settled. Okay. Not working. Why is it not working? This is really... I'm having little technical difficulties, you guys. Sorry. Sorry for that. There we go. I don't know what was going on. Okay. Sorry for that. That is so rude. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the book is Crystal Healing for Beginners, and from Seger. Let's go. We're going to be talking about the crystal basics and then real quick intro. And this book is basically about learning about crystal healing for the very first time. It covers the basic concepts, the simple healing methods. The information is presented in simplified and accessible to a manner to assist those who want to learn about the wonderful, the crystal healing world. So if you can't memorize all the crystals, I mean, don't worry about it, because for me, you have to get to know the crystal one at a time, not all of them. And we'll discuss that in the field, but not right now. And for all, what is a gemstone? A gemstone is just classified as a mineral. These minerals are formed way deep in the Earth's crust, resulting from a solidification of rock, water, and gases. Everybody went to, we all went to high school, so I'm not going to go into, the geologists and science of crystals, okay? But there's gemstones are types of rock crystals which are defined, and because of their extremely beautiful and hard and durable, only about 100 minerals are classified as gemstones. And there's 3 classifications. There's precious gemstones, which are hard, and they're often in jewelry, and they're very expensive. And these prime examples of precious gemstones will be diamond, emeralds, pearls, rubies, sapphires. The semi-precious gemstones are more common and less expensive, and there are examples of them will be like agate, agramine, amherst, garnet, opal, topaz. And the other classification are ornamental gemstones, which are usually extremely hard but not rare. They're used for ornamental value only. Examples of these are like a quartz, jade, a lapis lazuli, and malachite. Some of these gemstones names I probably can't pronounce really proper, so I'm gonna apologize in advance. Crystals, they have because of their crystalline structure, they are able to absorb and focus and transmit electromagnetic energy. And this energy, crystal healers use this energy to heal people. Crystals and gemstones have fascinated humans throughout our history for their magical and practical purposes. They were used by the ancient Greeks and Egyptians, who understood the power of the crystal in healing and in spiritual development. They were said to bring luck, healing, and protection to the wearer. And in India, gemstones have always been used in, I'm going to probably not say this word right, but it's Ayurvedic medicine. And because of their curative powers, this is the reason why India uses those. In Christianity, the breastplate of the high priest contained 12 gemstones, referred to as the 12 stones of the children of Israel. Well, let's change the subject off of that, of Christianity, real quick. Gems were also regarded as objects of great healing and power by native tribes in the Americas. In medieval Europe, gemstones were used in alchemy and astrology. In China, Japan, and New Zealand, many gems, particularly jade, were used in spiritual rites. Science has shown that if a crystal is placed in an energy field, it collects that energy and it contains it. Some crystals might change and transmit the energy during this process. Quartz is usually amplified the energy and then radiates it out again. The exception to the general principle is the black crystal, which only absorbs, but it doesn't release out. Okay. Crystals amplify, transform, store, focus, and transfer energy easily. Um, if a current is passed through it, it shrinks and swells, and if a current is sent through it, it swells. This oscillation changes electricity into waves and can be broadcast via radio and television signals. It is also used in watches and to transmit information in computers. Quartz also focuses energy and is used in lasers, which can be used in eye surgery and also to burn through steel. So they need to change that quartz into a precious stone instead of a ornamental, as they say. As a generator and accumulator of energy, crystals are great for energy healing, where you want to diffuse negative energy in the body or to infuse positive energy. The different formations of crystals. Crystals used in healing may take many forms. They could be rough, polished, cluster, geoids, slices, donuts, eggs, spheres, pyramids, single terminated or double terminated. In this section, we'll be talking about a lot of the different formations. The rough stones are those that have been polished or they have been altered. Polished are those that have been smoothed and out by human interventions. Clusters are a group of crystals growing together to form one crystal. The geoids are a group of stones that form together in a hollow, like the Brazilian agate. Slices are created when a stone is cut to reveal its beauty. This is common with agates. Brazilian agates are often impregnated with a dye to create strong, lush colors. They're beautiful. Donuts are rounded crystals which have a hollow inside. Eggs are polished stones shaped like a large bird egg or a small bird egg. Sometimes we call it the celestial egg. Pyramids are cut and shaped like a pyramid in order to amplify energy or to draw out pain. Spheres are round, polished stones. The common example of a sphere is a crystal ball, which may be used for scrying. Double terminated stones have been sharp point on both sides of the crystal, while single terminated only have one point. The double terminated crystals are used to allow energy to flow in both directions, while single terminated are used to focus in the direction in which it's pointing to. Okay. Now, when you going into a crystal shop or to a botanica, and you come across, tables full of crystals, the best way to choose a crystal is just to feel its energy. You trust your intuition and your sense of what it feels right to you. And you just relax, take a deep breath. Allow yourself to be guided by your spiritual guides to certain crystals. And always remember too that the bigger is not necessarily better in the crystal world, okay? Crystals have very powerful energy, and that energy appears stronger when it resonates with your own energies, okay? So, and also remember that the more expensive the crystal is, not always the one you need to work with. So you stand quietly and allow yourself to be drawn to that crystal. The crystal you choose intuitively usually works the best for you, okay? Touch the crystal you are drawn to. Feel its vibration, its texture. Any thoughts or feelings that you are experiencing while you're holding that crystal. There's a wide range of experiences that crystal shoppers, they always say, I felt a tingling sensation, or I kept going back to that shelf repeatedly. Um, there was a dash of light that was just shimmering on the crystal, like, hello. Um, a ringing sound in your ears, or a sudden rush of excitement. You should also take notice of crystals which you don't like, because some of these crystals represents qualities or issues you are dealing with and need to be dealt with. Like, for example, if you find yourself offended by an Amherst, you might need to deal with a spiritual void or restlessness within you. If the crystal is a garnet, you need to inject some passion into your life. I spent a lot of times in these shops and always felt anxiety, and because they're so beautiful, but I just let my mind stay clear, focus, stood still quietly, and the crystal talked to me, which one I needed. Oh, and if you feel you need to give a particular crystal to someone, you should trust yourself and give it to them as a gift. You will invariably find that it will help the healing process for that person that you have concerns with. Now, to take care of your crystals. Crystals collect and they store a lot of energy. If you use your crystals for healing, you should clean them after every healing session to rid the crystals of negative energy it would have collected during that healing. If you simply keep them for their beauty, you should cleanse them whenever they obtain a lack of luster appearance. Do not leave your crystals in a direct sunlight for a long period of time. There are a range of methods for cleansing your crystals. There's visualizing the crystal, visualizing them being cleansed of all negative and restoring them to their positive energy. You may also visualize a white light beaming into the crystals and removing the negative energy. You could, this is a new one for me. You could submerge your crystals in a dry brown rice or sand overnight. And it says to remember to mark where you bury them, because if not, you'll basically forget where you place them at. So place like something next to it, so that way you could keep track of where you buried it, especially in the sand. Vibrations of sound. Hold the crystal near a bell or a gong and allow the sound vibrations to clear the crystal. You can also sit with a singing bowl and use the sound vibration in this way to cleanse the crystal. You could smudge the crystal by smudging the crystal, holding the crystal in the smoke of incense or sage, lavender, sandalwood, frankincense. Use a feather or your hand to fan the smoke over the crystals. You could use moonlight, and it's a gentle spiritual way to cleanse your crystals. Leave them in the moonlight on the night of the full moon and watch how clear and bright they look the next day. Sunlight is a much stronger way to cleanse your crystal. Leave your crystals in the sun for a short period of time, no more than 30 minutes. I personally say no longer than 30 minutes, because and then the sunlight will start affecting the crystals. Especially if the crystal is softer, it'll lose their color and they become brittle. You could use cold water. It's used for quick cleansing. You hold the crystal in your hand and run cold tap water over it. You may also use a few drops of holy water on the crystals for the same effect for those, in Christianity beliefs. You can use other crystals for cleansing, like placing your crystal on a large clear quartz or amherst cluster for a few hours. You could use a crystal grid to cleanse. Place a number of single or double terminated clear quartz around your crystal and leave for at least 24 hours. It absorbs the negative energy very quickly. You could use flower petals is another way of cleansing your crystals. You place the crystals in a bed of flower petals for at least 24 hours. You may use any flowers, but rose petals are other great because they allow your crystals to be cleansed again. They're against their soft, velvety feel. Now, programming your crystals. To become more attuned to your crystal's subtle energy fields, you should spend more time getting to know it. Hold your crystal in your hand as much as possible. Look at your crystal from all angles. Enjoy the energy and the beauty it vibrates. I always find it that meditation is a wonderful way of getting to know your crystals. In the book, it gives like excellent visualization and exercise to get to know to your crystals. One, sit in a relaxed, comfortable position, holding the stone in both hands. Take a few moments just to relax and focus on the crystal in your hands. Slowly let your awareness flow down into the crystal until you reach a point where you seem to come to rest. In your mind's eye, identify how the crystal feels to you. Is it warm or damp, cool or dry? Is it rough or smooth? Take a minute or two to explore the energy of the crystal through your inner touch. Turn your attention to any quality of sound within the crystal, whether it appears to be a tone or a pulse or a tune. Is it a high or a low tune or pulse? Simple or complex? Listen to the sound of the crystal for a few moments. Take a few deep breaths, imagining you are breathing in the crystal's energy through your nostrils. What smell or taste does the crystal have? I don't know about tasting. I don't know if I'm going to taste my crystal, but okay. Relax once more and then open your inner eyes. Imagine what the structure and the energy of your crystal looks like. The quality of the light, the images, the landscape, scenes, and figures that may be related to you. Don't attempt to analyze what you see. Just let your imagination run free. Now become aware once more of your crystal's taste, its smells, its sounds, and touch. Very gradually bring your awareness out of the crystal and become more aware of your body and the world around you. Take notes so that you remember your experiences. And in the book, it says most healers program their crystals to perform a specific healing function. It says they personally do not use this method. Uh, to be understandable, to be the properties of the crystal and its ability to shift the necessary energy in healing. However, many healers will not use a crystal in a healing if it has not been programmed. Prior to any specialized crystal programming, the following pre-programming is recommended. Program the crystal to receive divine with such that results actualization for the good of all. Program the crystal for protection in the light. Programming is a process of instructions and instructing the energy of the crystal in which to use its qualities of transformation, stability, and attunement. Precise directions are required, or the response will be less than which is intended. This precision is beneficial training for those utilizing crystals. With the use of crystals, one may also become crystal clear in the use of personal energies. The act of holding a crystal and intending to use it for a specific purpose is the simplest form of programming. Another method is primarily relevant to the programming of thoughts and universal energies, which are inherent to the mineralogical formation, involves the following. Formulate a precise phrase which accurately describes the nature of the programming. Hold the crystal in the left hand. If the left hand hold the crystal in the left hand if left-handed. Relax for several minutes. Initiate circular breathing and center the consciousness. Consciously align the personal conscious awareness with the higher self, appropriate other worldly beings like God, higher creator, my angels. Ask for guidance, protection, and assistance in the programming process. Open the center of consciousness and allow receptivity to flow through the inner being. Repeat and formulate phrase 20 to 30 times in a succession while visualizing and feeling the desired effect of the program. As a phrase is repeated, an energy field will build and accumulate in the energy pattern necessary to represent the desired program. While maintaining full awareness of the energy field, bring total awareness and consciousness to the area of the third eye or the heart chakra. Place the crystal in front of the area of the third eye or the heart chakra and allow the self to feel the connection with it. Direct the energy field into the crystal for 30 to 60 seconds and allow the program to transfer to within the crystal. Intuitive recognition will signal when the transmitter is computed. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk right. Detach consciousness from the crystal and allow the universal energies to act. A crystal book can be carried in clothes or worn as jewelry so it can be close to the body to absorb its energy and facilitate any ongoing healing. Because they are energy centers, crystals must be cleansed regularly and taken off as soon as the wearer feels irritable or drained. Also wear the crystal for as long as you need. Once the symptoms of the condition disappear, the crystal should be taken off. You should avoid wearing more than one crystal at a time as well. The position of the crystal will work to shift energy at the part of the body closest to it. For example, crystal earrings will work mostly to balance or clear the throat, neck, and head energies. Pendants worn down the chest will work with the respiratory and heart chakra. Bracelets and rings stimulate meridian points like the solar plexus. Choosing the right crystal to wear requires some knowledge of the crystal properties, and you are to be sure or unsure what to wear. A clear quartz is the most universal crystal because it acts as a clarifier of negative energy. Elixirs. An elixir, which is a liquid, usually water, which is imbued with the properties of a crystal and is used to allow you to drink the properties associated with that crystal. It is a quick, easy method to receive healing. It also serves the purpose of purifying drinking water. To make your own elixir, place a cleansed stone in a glass of water and leave it in the morning sun for about 3 hours to brew. Once the water is charged and it has bubbles that appear in it, removed from the sun, the elixir can be put into sterilized eyedropper bottles and used when necessary. Use about 5 drops for every glass of uncharged water, or place directly under the tongue when necessary. If you aren't sure which crystal to use, try the rose quartz, which is a gentle lodestone, or the clear quartz to release negative energy from the body. Note that all crystals are suitable for the use in this way because they might have a high lead content. It is best to use one of the quartz crystals. In a similar manner, quartz can be placed in a massage oils, tropical ointments to enhance healing. Let me get this. Oops. So that is it for chapter chapter 1. And I will continue reading on the next chapters when the universe allows. I'm hopefully saying tomorrow, but if the universe allows it. So with that being said, much love to all. Good night. Namaste. One love.